This is the Voiceover Gurus Podcast. Real talk about the voiceover industry with your hosts, Linda Bruno and JJ Wilson.
Hi, and welcome to episode number 99.
Oh my God, can you believe it's been 99 episodes?
No, it seems only like 98.
And it only took 99 episodes to get the website redone.
Well, that's all?
So, hey, I know.
Oh,
So
the
we
new
have a brand new
website.
website.
Oh,
Very
fantastic.
excited.
And you don't need to know calculus anymore to get through it.
No, thank God. Thank God.
I
They
had
have
to
made it
hire
so
a
easy.
geometry teacher to book something on the last one.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for templates.
Yes.
And
Yes.
thank you. It has made my life so much easier. And I can update stuff whenever I want, and nobody knows. I don't have to pay somebody to do it. But yeah, we have a couple new things that have happened. Welcome back, everyone.
Hi, Linda.
To Voiceover Gurus podcast. Hello, JJ. So we have a new website. Yay.
Yay.
Yay. And we also have a new class. It's a lesson, actually, that
Yeah.
JJ, you came up with. A great idea. And we're calling it the mock session lesson.
Right.
So explain what that is for everybody.
Well, you know, in our situations when we get the students who are really, really ready, and I want to send them out on an audition or introduce them to an agent, but they haven't done a whole lot, and I don't know how they work with clients.
Mhm.
Can they handle the stress of, me being a complete jerk, the stories you've told about, I'm the one who didn't like you.
Very picky.
Very
and-
picky.
mhm.
And a full hour of intense, no, do it again.
Mhm.
And really nitpicking. We seem to go to a point and then we let it go because we're in a class and we're teaching the basics and
Right.
more, but we don't ever really get time to get to the absolute nitty-gritty where we
Mhm.
get that finished product. And we can't recommend you unless we know you can handle it.
Yep.
And I thought this would be a really cool way to get some practice on knowing what's coming, or to refine, if you have done a couple, what you're doing.
Yeah, make
What
sure
to
you're handling the
expect.
session properly.
There are
Mhm.
many different scenarios. I mean,
Mhm.
many. And yours is one of them. I've been in sessions where one of the people was drunk. One of the producers was, it seemed to me, I can't prove it, but it just seemed like that. And he was just giggling and everything else. And I'm going, nothing is funny in this spot.
Yeah.
It's a cancer spot, And I
But
just,
it's a cool idea, because what we want to do is that if you sign up for this lesson, and we made it pretty affordable, I think it's $100 for the hour.
Yes.
And we send you a script that supposedly you auditioned for, right?
And
you
do we
booked.
send it the day before, Linda?
No, we sent it a few minutes before your lesson.
If not 5 minutes after.
And we also send you the way that we're going to connect, just like you would with a client. They might send you a link, whatever.
Right.
And you need to connect at that time as if it is a regular session for you, a booked session that you're making money.
And if you miss
And sorry.
You're
yeah.
done,
So,
kid.
and we're going to treat you as if we are the client
right?
or a producer.
I was thinking
and we're
about
gonna
bringing
coach you.
Janine in as the writer,
You could do that.
just to
Mhm.
throw in another
Extra
opinion.
opinions.
Yes.
Yes, because usually there's more than one person on the call.
Exactly right. And a lot of times you'll get, oh, that was great. And the other person says, eh.
Eh.
And then,
Yeah.
you're on take one and you go, oh, no. These people are nowhere near close in what they think of that first read. How am I going to please them both?
Yep.
And that's what we're going to do. We're going to make it real life for you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you
It's going to be fun.
I think it's going to be fantastic. I really,
And then
really
you can
do.
get your jitters out. You might
Yes.
be nervous. You get your jitters out with us.
Yep.
You
Because
You
it's
won't be
really
losing
not
the
brain
job.
surgery. It's like I've always said, it's a game. It's called Get the Producer Happy. And it's about listening and getting to where he wants you to be as quickly as possible.
Right.
When they say at the end of the session, wow, that didn't hurt at all, they're going to call again.
Right. Right.
And that's the key to making a living in voiceovers is repeat work.
So I think this is it's a great idea.
I think
that
it's
you
going to
had,
be tremendously fun. And
mock session
mock
lesson.
session lesson. Yeah.
Yes,
I like that.
You can find that on our booking page and
Which
book
is
one of us
easy to
for it.
find now.
It's easy at
It's page
voiceover.guru
37.
or learnwiththegurus.com.
That's right.
So we have that update. Unfortunately, you were not feeling well last night, so Alyssa and I had to do the workout without you.
Sorry, I'm sporting just a lovely toothache. I've had a toothache now for 9 weeks.
Oh, that is
This one pulled, this
brutal.
one pulled, this one pulled, and hopefully this afternoon this one pulled.
And the thing is, though, because of what we do for a living, that
It's
is serious.
It's frightening.
Yes.
Yes. Thank goodness from the eye tooths forward on both top and bottom, they seem to be okay.
Because you sound fine.
Yes. But if
You
they
know.
have to take any of these, I've been actually looking into disability.
Oh, my God.
I don't know what I'm going to sound like, but I've been in touch with
You
people.
could have a side lift.
Yes. And I've been joining groups. There's actually a voiceover group with dentures.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. And they said they had trouble. It took about 2 or 3 weeks, but they were mostly it's the S's and the consonants. And I've also learned now that you can, if anybody's, interested in voiceovers and has them, you can get a top denture that doesn't have the roof plate, which solves most of the issues.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah, I've been going through that, but it's just my mother lost all her teeth at 40.
Wow.
My father's sister's daughter lost all hers at 20. They just
Oh, my gosh.
fell out of her mouth. And
That's
So
crazy.
it's all genetic. And, of course, I drink 35 Cokes a day, so that probably doesn't
That
help.
doesn't help.
But, yes, I've been going through some achy stuff, and I did miss. How was class last night?
It was great. It was great.
Yeah.
6 wonderful people. I think they got a lot out of it. Last week we did the character-themed one, and we had a good time with that. We had fun with it.
That
so
was
the
fun.
workouts have been good.
I loved your wig.
Thank you.
Yes.
That is my Halloween wig.
I really,
I'm
really liked it.
Disco Diva.
Yes.
That's my costume.
Yes.
So we
At the
wanted to talk
Copa.
about-
Copa.
We do talk about everything very real here.
Yes, we do.
And JJ just asked me a few minutes ago, and he said, have you been okay? Because you and I know each other for so long now
Yeah.
and so well.
Yep.
And what did you say? You said,
I just wanted to make sure, and I had a feeling that, you've been a little different lately. And
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't family or health, but I had a feeling it was exactly what I go through.
Yep.
When we get slow, I get depressed. And
Yeah.
I'm not the same person. But then all of a sudden, just like you said, you get 3 bookings in a row, you're fine again.
but it just felt so long. Like it was like, I don't know, it was planetary or what was happening because no one was pulling the trigger on anything.
Yep.
It was just like a holding pattern for the last 6 weeks for me.
Yes, me too. Me too.
And, auditions coming in, I'm like, but I'm not booking the auditions. Okay, what about my existing clients? Where the heck are they?
Yeah.
A lot of them disappeared. I don't know where they were. And for me, I realized that if I am not working, I am not happy.
Yeah.
I cannot, be, everybody's different. Productivity for me is my shining star in my life. And maybe if I had children, it'd be a different story, but
No.
and when I don't work, I become very unhappy. And then I wind up short-tempered and just my anxiety kicks in and it's just bad. I'm great with, the periods of time that I need to work or I need to do a podcast or I need to do a workout or, coach with someone. But the rest of the time, honestly, I'm really ready to punch the wall. And it's that feeling, that identity, my identity is working in voiceover.
Right.
And is it because we're actors that it's just so vital to have that reinforcement?
Probably.
I don't know what it is.
Probably. And I think it's also the fact that, I'm going to be 62.
Yeah.
And when I was in my 30s, man, it was a whole different world, and I was making tons of money and big money because it was all union. And now we're watching a new generation take over with completely different rules. completely different reads, completely different rates, and 150 times the amount of people doing it now that were when we were
Right.
red hot and number one. And
Right.
it's hard. I was talking
Yeah.
about that with Janine. She said, I understand that. And I said, you don't really have that in your job, do you? She goes, no, I really don't, because I work with the FDA and I'm in charge of all the documents and get everything ready. And I said, so age really doesn't have anything to do with that. Nothing changes except the technology.
Right.
And she says, correct. But she's IT-ish and is able to keep up with us. So she really hasn't felt it. She's going to be 64. So she says there really hasn't been much of a change. But she looked at me and she said, I understand why you feel the way you do, because, and I've said this before, I'm starting to feel a little bit like a dinosaur.
Right. You've mentioned that.
And I'm blessed with this wonderful, low, gravelly voice, but the younger producers and writers of today don't remember that era.
Yeah, no, things have definitely changed.
And you get pigeonholed. Okay, I've got a promo, or I've got a movie trailer, or I want John Facenda or Dodge Ram or something like that. That's what I get called for now. So what I've had to learn to do is accept that I'm not the guy next door anymore. I do audition for 372 insurance spots a day. Do you have Blue Cross? Well, good. Damn it. Oh, well, my wife is going to have it too. But it's just, I think it's just the change. But I think with what you and I teach, we're really figuring it out, and we're helping them know where they are, because we are so the way we are. We don't give up. We just start digging and figuring out what's going on. And I think you and I were talking before the session started here about I lost an audition the other day, and I actually called and said, could I hear who booked it? And they sent it to me, and I went, oh.
Why? Why did this person
way
book it?
too much with it. It was too good compared to what they hired. The guy they hired sounded much more just like a guy.
Yeah.
Who had enough training in voiceovers to know the rights and wrongs of the basic rules.
Like technicality?
Yeah, technicality and speech and things like that, and how to find the story and follow the map. But it was just so low key.
Yeah.
And that's where we are today.
Yeah.
I think. So I have started to pull back my reads completely.
Yeah.
On another audition yesterday or the day before, it was very sing-songy. And I'm going, oh my God, I've got to start to read everything with a down inflection. Because that's what I'm seeing a lot of too. Everybody goes down at the end of every sentence.
Interesting.
And I don't do that. I like to talk.
And my voice was too high-pitched.
Too high-pitched.
And this is my voice.
Yes.
I mean, I would not imagine it to be thought of as too high-pitched, but right now, the trend is lower.
Lower, low
smoky,
key, no energy.
Deep, yep.
And Alyssa, during one of our classes recently, told one of our students, it was about something about hospitals or something. She said, that was good, but you have to sound like you care just a little.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's the secret. You have to care just a little. And
just a little, not too much.
And overact.
Yeah, not too much.
I think it's just real, but you still have to know the rules.
But I think, too, that, we all go through this where we try to define where we're at in our career. At what point? Are we at the beginning? Are we in the thick of it? Or has the thick of it happened and now we're on the other side?
I think I'm on the coasting side.
You're on the coasting side. And
still doing okay with bookings, still have my old clients.
Right.
Not worried as much about it, except for weeks like we have where we go a few weeks without, getting anything, and you start to go, that's it, my career's over. And that's what I wanted to bring up. I've been saying that to myself since I started. I swear to God, we started to beep ourselves. Dave Corey and I would beep me, and I'd beep him, and he goes, okay, they're working. And I go, yeah, but nobody's calling us. So this is not something new. This is the way the voiceover business is. But
It's just, I'm thinking more along the lines of how I feel as to where I'm at in my career. Because I feel like I have the ambition. I've always had ambition,
mhm.
obviously. And now I have ambition, but I'm trying to figure out where to place that ambition, and I'd like to place it more with the coaching, but my ego is saying, come on, you do voiceovers really well.
Yeah.
You still should be doing
Well,
voiceovers.
you're a little high pitched, but yeah.
Right. So I'm having this, I don't know, maybe it's a midlife crisis thing, but for me, it happens to happen with work.
Yeah,
That I'm
always
trying to
happening.
find where I'm best suited. And then there's days I get up and I go, you know what? I do this kind of read really well. I do character voices really well.
Yes.
And I need to freaking just, give up on trying to be everything to everyone
Exactly. That's what
and
I've
putting
done.
that pressure on myself.
Yes.
The other thing too, I have to get off of social media. I am happy for some of the people that I know and I see some of the stuff they do, but then deep down I get a little tinge of jealousy.
I know.
And
Yes.
I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, no, be happy. You know what? There was a time when you were making all this money. It's their turn now.
Right.
But it's tough.
What we have to do, and I think I'm getting there. I'm only like 10 years away from this, but accepting where I am now.
I know.
I've had my heyday. I still do very well. I still
Yeah.
love it. I still hate it when they don't call.
Right.
Some things just never change in voiceovers, and that's one of them. You're going to walk around just like, oh my God, I just can't believe this anymore. I don't know what to do. And then all of a sudden
Right.
you get 4 bookings. And then
Right.
you're happy as a lark and everything is okay. And the dog loves you again. And your wife is happy. And then it happens again. So that's just a cycle of voiceovers. But I have now accepted that I'm going to be booked for the stuff I'm going to be booked for. That's all.
Yeah.
And you know
I
what
have to
else?
get to
I
that
wanted to
too.
mention this. I have a hobby
Right.
that I love.
That really
So,
takes you.
if I
Mhm.
give this enough time, I'm free to go do something else I really enjoy without having guilt that I didn't do what I was supposed to do with the voiceovers.
Right.
I do that first, and then I go out and I do something I love almost as much. And it keeps my mind off of, oh my God, I'm not working, because in my 40 years, it's always come back.
I know. It's just I think for me my joy is really focusing on the gurus.
Yes.
That is where I actually get my relaxation from.
Yes.
And creating stuff, and it's just I cannot let go of that idea of being a voice actor. Nor should I, but it's an internal struggle. So therefore when I get slow in that area, my mood just goes to complete crap.
Mine too.
And it's
horrible.
so hard to shake it, and it's like I get home and I'm just
Hi,
not
Matt.
happy. I'm not happy. And I know it. And I'm just like, I'm in a bad mood. I'm in a bad mood. And then exercise, let me go for a walk. Let me go do, and I'm just in a bad mood. And Matt will be like, what's up? What's up? It's because I'm slow.
Yep.
I'm slow. And he's like, well, can you not pay your bills? I'm like, no, I'm fine with that,
Yeah.
And he's like, well, why don't you just, let it ride for a while? Don't worry about it. And I go, I can't. I can't not worry about it. I can't not worry
It's
about it.
always back here. Always.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
And then you go through that whole self-esteem. Well, Mom, maybe I'm washed up. Maybe I'm not good enough. And then I did an amazing audition a couple of days ago, and I was like, oh my God, it's one of the best auditions I've ever done. It's irrelevant as far as getting cast for something,
Right.
but I was really, really proud of myself.
Yeah.
Yep.
We do have those. We do have those.
Yeah.
When I did the Facenda thing, I went, this one is a possibility.
Yeah.
Because it really sounded cool, and sure enough, I got it. But I don't know. It's really a dumb business you got me into.
It really messes with your head.
Oh, gosh.
And then one of my clients, an older client, came back. I have not heard from them since December. And they sent me something this week to do. This is how it goes. And then another client came back who I have not spoken to in maybe 2 years. And yeah, I know. And he's like, oh, you're just so amazing. He's giving me all these pats on the back and all that. And I'm like, okay, well, obviously people still, and the Comedy Network obviously uses me every day, and I still have the TV stations and stuff like that. But still, it's like in my head, it's like, it's not enough.
Yeah.
because it's not where it was. And I have to let go and realize it's almost like you got to pass the torch to the next generation
Yes.
to allow them to do all these amazing things. Because I do not have the energy to find a new agent. I don't have the energy.
No.
I don't have
No. I have
the
enough.
energy. Yeah. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good with that. But then I need to basically shut the front door, and shut the F up about, if I'm not going to do the work to try and go back to having those huge clients again, then I need to shut up about it.
And we still get them every now and then, but there's, like I said, there's so many people doing this now. And if you don't live in Chicago, New York, or LA, you don't really get an opportunity. And it seems like most of the actor stars are getting those anyway.
Well, you really have to network, and you really have to get in front of the right people.
I'm sorry.
That's the thing.
I did all that for 40 years. I'm over it.
It's like you can have a very nice career in voiceover, not networking, not doing anything, just getting your own clients and being a very good business person.
Yep.
And that's where we're at.
Yes.
Even though we do have agents and stuff.
Right.
But you do not have to get an agent to make a living in this career. It's completely self-propelled by you.
Exactly.
And what you do. But it's the ego that is a part of this, because we are actors, and the ego part is just so tough to turn off, and it's tough to not care if you're not booking something.
Oh, it's impossible. The saying is, do the audition and forget about it. Yeah.
But
right.
You can
auditioned
try.
the other day, they paid $10,000 for 3 sentences. And I went, I'm just going to do this and just forget about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know.
That would buy me 1 tooth.
I had an audition for $10,000 the other day too, and I was like, "Oh, this is a juicy one."
Oh, you got that one too?
No, it wasn't 3 sentences though.
No. Well, it was for, I forget. Yeah, but it was. I don't know.
I think it was longer. But the work is out there, but it's how much emotional vestiture, how much do you invest emotionally into this career? Because if you don't watch it, it's going to kill you.
Yeah.
And everybody has the ups and downs. I don't care who you are.
Yep.
Everybody goes through the bad stuff. And hopefully you listen to us, because we are being completely real with you. I mean,
very real.
We were not intending on talking about this until he asked me what was wrong before we connected.
Yeah.
So, and we are as real because we don't care. We want you to know.
Right, exactly.
I don't want it to be like, oh, she's constantly doing great. She's perfect. I know I'm good at doing voiceovers. I know I'm good at it.
Yes, of course. Yes.
But, handling the down stuff, I am still working on at 52.
Yeah.
But it's just,
You're not 52. My
God, right?
God,
I know.
you're the complexion of a 30-year-old.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the voice, apparently, of some high-pitched, squeaky...
That's right. That's all right. I'm very sing-songy. Oh, wait, let me do that again. I'm very sing-songy. I sound like nobody wants a Johnny in the box. That's how I always read every piece of copy. Ho, ho, ho. I have done Santa auditions, like, daily. So that's where I'm stuck at. Santa... John Vicenta, trailers, and insurance companies.
Trailers are good, though.
Trailers are good, though. Yep. I used to live in one. It was a double wide, and it was very spacious. And when we had a hurricane, and then I realized why they do call them mobile. But anyway, that's a whole different story.
My stuff is character-y acting.
Yeah, that's what I'm starting to concentrate more on now.
Mm-hmm.
Because
and
character voices don't get worn out.
Right.
We don't. It doesn't matter how old you are when you do character voices, but it seems to matter now how old you are to do the straight reads. So
right.
I think I'm also going to start switching gears to more of the character stuff. And one of our students, I don't know if we talked about this or not. I think we did, but he's good at the straight reads, but then he did this character thing, and I went, let's put some more of these on your demo.
I know who you're talking about because
Yes.
he was at the workout last night, and you so missed it. Alyssa brought a piece of copy. It was a 2-person for Ben and Jerry's. about the Ben and Jerry's fairies. So it was back and forth fairy voices, and we had all of them do it. And this student was incredible. Everybody was amazing. They went complete different directions with it. But, oh, God, you would have loved it.
And there's lots of work with that, too. I mean, they need character voices for a lot of things. So I'm gonna redo my character demo as well and send that out.
Yeah, I'm starting to embrace that more as well.
Because I'm not fitting today's
when I start
the main
to
bulk
see
of the work.
Yeah, when I start to see what comes from some of my agents will send me a lot of stuff that requires a real person acting.
Yeah.
So, and I know that's one of my fortes, because it's either that or it's the warm and caring hospital spot, And we bring scripts to the workouts, and sometimes I'm like, holy shit, man, these people are going to think that all I do is hospital spots. I have to find the other things.
I had one the other day, an audition that started off, "Does your wife hide her own Easter eggs?"
What?
You can get help for this now.
Easter eggs. So, what's funny is we had talked about this like maybe a week ago or so, and I had said that I'm going to give you a code word if you tell the same story again.
I forget the code word.
I forgot it too. I don't know what it is. Was it pineapple? Was it? I thought it was a fruit. I thought about it the other day. I'm like, I don't know what the code word is.
No, pineapple's the other thing. You put it on the front porch, and then everybody knows that
No, what does that mean?
Oh, you don't know about that?
No.
Oh gosh, we were looking at a place in Florida, and it was a 55+ retirement community.
Yeah.
And they said, "Watch out, this is a wild place." And the realtor and I went. She goes, "See all the pineapples?" And I went, "Yeah, on the front, the cement ones, plastic ones." She goes, "That means they're swingers."
What?
And I went, "Are you kidding?" And I looked at Jeannie and I said, "Okay, let's call the moving truck."
That's the sign?
That's
is to
one
put
of the
a pineapple
signs.
on your porch?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but here there's a few, but at 8:00 all the lights go out, and as I've said before, you can hear the oxygen machine start. So
So we need a new I was going to say a safe word. We need a new code word.
How about enjoy the Seminole Hard Rock Winterfest Boat Parade from the Baptist Health Parade viewing area presented by the Florida Panthers. You say that to me if I've repeated something. Got it?
Not a phrase.
Oh. Featuring Stella Artois, Twin Peaks, Coca-Cola, and Publix. No?
Pumpkinhead?
I am not. Well, I am a little.
But I'm going to have to write it down so I don't forget it.
I'm growing my hair back.
Oh.
Yeah, by 2028, I should have bangs. Of course, they're going to be here. But it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Well, I think this was fun. I think this was necessary.
It was heart-wrenching for me.
It was for me, too, because when you were describing this before we started this podcast, I actually got like a little tingle up my spine because I am exactly the same way you are.
Yeah.
You can judge me. You can say, you had a good week.
Yep.
Oh, you didn't have a good week. I'm going to stay back from you just by my mood because, and I telegraph that to people, and it's the way the business is.
I could win $1 million and it wouldn't matter if I'm not working.
Oh no,
I'm not happy.
Yeah. Well, if I won $1 million, I might just do woodworking. I'm not sure.
I still would need. I need.
If you had a hobby, you might want to do that if you loved it as much. I need the pat on the back. I need the you're really talented. I need the and I get that with the woodworking.
Kid acting.
Except when I make things, I actually every now and then I make things for the garbage can. You keep working on them and you screw it up and then you paint it 6 times, you sand it, you paint it again, and then you look at it and you go, and you throw it in the garbage can.
Well, just so everybody knows, I mean, we're not here to be the end all of advice of anything happening in the voiceover world. We come from that place of reality. I just want you all to know that it's normal to feel
That's exactly what we're
the
trying to say.
insecurity.
Yeah,
And it's normal. And just get off of social media. You don't need to be on there. And, comparing, and I'm saying things that I should be doing as well. No comparison of colleagues that you just can't.
No.
Everyone is at a different stage, and you have to remember that, and I have to remember that. So it's just everyone needs to know that this is it. This is what happens. And we just have to keep plodding along, or you decide that you don't want to have to focus on adulation and adulation. But anyway, it's just it's amazing. It's amazing.
It really, really is. It really.
Did you think when you're younger, you're like, oh, once I've made it and I've made X amount of dollars and I've gotten this huge client, and I was a voice for Disney for 14 years. Yeah. You would think that would be like, oh yeah, Karen. No,
that was yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. That was 14 years ago that I started. Yeah, yeah. I just realized at the Comedy Network, we were looking at dates. I've been working for them for 14 years. Yeah. Does that matter for me when I'm in a bad mood and I'm not working? No. Doesn't matter. No. Doesn't matter.
No. I don't know. It's just
so we can guide you on our experiences and
exactly enjoy the highs and learn to accept the lows, because our livelihood depends on somebody who wrote a script and exactly what they hear in their mind, and they have a million choices now.
Yep.
And that's what it wasn't that you and I lost those jobs this week because the other people were better than us. It was just a choice we weren't the voice they were hearing.
I've been very disappointed with the ones because we audition for a lot of stuff that we see, and I hear the voice and I'm like, I've been disappointed. I've been shocked.
Yep, and half the time it's not what the description said.
Mm-hmm. Where the voice is just very plain and like they took somebody from the front office and decided to do it.
Exactly. Well, that's possible.
Cheaper
that way.
So it's almost like to stay in this business, you just have to accept the fact that it's just so subjective, and you do the best that you can, and you do what you do well, and you figure out what it is you do well, and focus on that.
And you decrease the amount of chances it takes to get a job if you concentrate on only what you're good at.
Mm-hmm.
Leave the ones alone. If somebody sends me something that says 30 to 35, I just write them back and I say, I'm not 30 to 35. Use the spot for somebody who is. Concentrate on the ones that you're really good at. And the other thing I wanted to say was when you do your auditions, don't do it 30 times. There's just no need. No, you go back and you go, well, I could have done this transition a little bit better. No.
Yeah.
No. Soon as they hear your voice read the first line, they're going to go, yeah, that's what I was hearing. And they probably won't even hear you say the words, just the quality of your voice.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that's how subjective this business is.
Well, I have to take my own advice.
Mm-hmm. I still love it every freaking day.
I know. When I'm working, I love it.
I know.
I mean, things started to pick up again, thank God.
Yep. But I look at my wife, every Friday she gets a check and I'm going, what is that like?
Yeah.
I've got clients who owe me money for 9 months.
Matt says, he goes, can't you just, why don't you just get used to being a kept woman for a while? I'm like, that's not me.
No, that's not Linda. No.
But I'm going to take my own advice, and I'm going to stop trying to be everything to everyone. Yep. And I'm going to embrace what it is that I do well and say, so be it with everything else, because otherwise this thing is going to put me in bad moods. You're not going to want to be around me. That's why you were picking up on my vibes.
Yes, I was.
Sending out.
Yes, I was.
But otherwise, I think this is valuable.
The guy at the front door named Guido came over and said, listen.
Leave Linda alone.
Go get a tooth pulled.
And I like the fact that we can share this stuff.
Me too.
Because it makes you feel better too.
Ain't nobody else this real.
Yeah, I know. But and also you and I sharing it, it's like, okay, good.
Yes.
Someone else feels exactly like I do.
I was absolutely floored when you said that. Because it happened the week that I booked 3 after taking the lesson with Alyssa.
Yeah.
And I went, wow, I was in a great mood. Everything was wonderful. And it was just a nice, I went, oh my God, it's because I booked a couple of jobs.
Yeah. That's what it takes.
On.
That's what I know.
But
I know.
if you're like me and you can get away with doing something else that you love and can, get accomplished at, you get accolades from that. And that helps take some of the pain away from this.
Right.
Even though I don't sell anything I make, my house looks like a secondhand store. God, I've got everything from worms to crabs to sailboats to I don't know what all.
You got to sell that stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna start to do
You
that.
got to.
But again, that's the business end.
Yeah.
And Janina,
exactly.
I can't just seem to step over the line and start another corporation and all
Do
this
another
and going
business.
on Etsy and competing with people with CNC machines. They put
Yeah.
the board there, they go airplane, and it just prints it out and you push it out and you glue it
that's
together.
no fair.
That's cheating.
Yeah, that's no
cheating.
fair.
I'm personally hand carving something right now that's 3 feet long with a
Wow.
hand carving, and my
Very nice.
sternum is killing me.
Be careful. Don't shoot
I
something
will.
at yourself like you have.
The reason
Well,
I'm
this is
doing
episode 99.
Mm.
Episode 99 is in the books.
Cold helps.
Oh, yeah.
Warm
You know what?
kills. Cold helps.
Oh.
I don't get it. I can't
And,
believe it's 99 episodes.
I know. So the next time you hear us, it'll be our 100th, and we're going to have some fun and have someone very special on that episode. But, of course, go over to our new website, voiceover.guru, and hang out with us at a workout or take some lessons. Because
Please. And,
that's really where our passions lie.
yep. And don't forget about the mock session lesson. Okay. Oh, God,
That's another option
was that the
for
key
you.
word? No, that wasn't it.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
We
it
have
was,
to come up with
enjoy
our
the
word.
Seminole Hard Rock Winterfest Boat Parade from the Baptist Health Parade viewing area presented by the Florida Panthers.
And
That's
I'll
what
never
it was.
remember that.
It's
Thanks,
right in front of me,
everybody, for
that's all I
joining
did.
us. Bye.
Love you, Linda.
Love you, JJ.
Thanks for listening to the Voiceover Gurus podcast. Real talk about the voiceover industry. Learn more about us and get coaching at voiceover.guru.